In a place unlike any other, in the heart of the Balkans, is a treasure made of drops, springs, aquifers, streams, rivers, and lakes, which flow, connect, and ultimately give shape and form to the Drin. The Drin is an ancient watershed system, molding the fortunes of its inhabitants. Its remarkable past as a major glacial refugium and a crossroad for floral and faunal exchange between Europe and Asia has produced its intriguing present. The Drin lies in the southwestern Balkans. Its journey goes beyond borders, through 5 riparians, growing from humble streams to mighty rivers and lakes, traveling hundreds of kilometers towards the Adriatic Sea. The Drin is a complex living system made of the transboundary freshwater bodies of the lakes of Lesser and Great Prespa, Ohrid, and Shkoder, the Drin River, including its tributaries, the Black and the White Drin, and the Buna-Bojana River. The Drin is a place where one sees nature in its magnificence, manifested in an astonishing range of habitats, from lakes and rivers, estuaries and lagoons, woodlands and forests, freshwater marshes, wet pastures, alpine meadows, sandy and rocky shores, and so much more. These rich and varied landscapes, isolated for eons, have created the enabling conditions for an eccentric diversity of species to thrive, making this area so special worldwide. The Drin is home to an outstanding collection of fauna and flora species that are utterly unique and of equally important intrinsic value. Several of these species are rare, and many are endemic to the area. They are found nowhere else on Earth. Others are threatened and find refuge here. Suffering from shooting and persecution by fishermen and illegal hunting, as well as from habitat alteration and destruction, an impressive species finds food and shelter here in the Drin River Basin. The Dalmatian pelican, the largest pelican species found on the planet. But this does not stop them from being exceptional flyers. The Dalmatian pelican is the rarest pelican worldwide. The place that witnesses the greatest gathering of this stunning species worldwide is Lake Lesser Prespa. 1/4 of the world population live and breed here, making this remarkable creature rightfully a flag species of the region. The Lesser and Great Prespa Lakes are not only a haven for rare wildlife, but host a tremendous variety of plant species. But what is of significance is the well-preserved, long-lived juniper groves that appear only here and put forth all their magnificence. A total of 5 islands can be found in these lakes, and among these, Golemgrad, for centuries called also the Snake Island. Not just a dwelling for venomous vipers and other snake species, the island hosts the largest colony of cormorants in the Prespa system. Here, in the fabled waters of Lake Ohrid, one of the oldest lakes in the world, glides an ancient, one-of-a-kind fish, a living fossil, the famous Ohrid trout. Together with some 212 unique species, the Ohrid trout has found a sanctuary in the lake for millions of years. The Ohrid trout, which is also a local delicacy, nowadays has become the focus of concern due to overfishing, habitat loss, pollution, and the growing threat of invasive alien species being introduced into the lake. Another intriguing species that is found here in the ever-moving waters is the European eel, an endangered species wriggling towards oblivion. This remarkable creature has a life cycle that for quite some time was clouded in mystery. Even nowadays, the migratory phase of its lifestyle is poorly understood. This impressively long-lived being, which potentially reaches 85 years of life, in the past used the Drin River to migrate between Ohrid and Škoder lakes and the Adriatic Sea. Changes to water flows, largely due to dams, and in the quantity and quality of water resources throughout the watershed have caused severe damage to the fish passages, thus pushing the species to the brink of extinction. Among the Balkan lakes, it is Lake Škoder that covers the largest surface area of the Balkan Peninsula. There is so much more here than we could imagine. These sublime and precious waters not only provide a habitat to a diversity of birds, but also host a large number of aquatic higher plants and fish species. Dalmatian pelicans also breed here, amongst aquatic vegetation on floating or stationary islands, isolated from the mainland, protected from mammalian species. The Drin and its surrounding mountainous areas, covered with trackless forests, offer a sanctuary to mightier and more compelling animals. Wolves and bears dwell here, but it is one rare and charismatic wildcat that steals the show: the Balkan lynx. The Balkan lynx used to roam the Balkans in large populations in the old days. Nowadays, their population is estimated to be close to only 40 individuals. For many of us, water just flows or swirls, and little do we realize what valuable functions and services it graciously offers, and what consequences our choices and actions have. The Drin is a living system, profoundly bound with its people, their fates, and livelihoods. For thousands of years, the Drin interconnected watershed bodies and the ecosystems and communities they house have been delivering a steady stream of benefits to its residents. However, this is changing dramatically as one species, our own, is exerting severe pressures on the Drin's ecosystems, putting in jeopardy its valuable services, which are intimately interwoven with our own welfare and harmonious existence. Rolling in solemn silence, the one branch of the Drin follows its watercourse directly into the Adriatic Sea south of Škoder Lake, while the other branch joins the Buna Bojana River and pours into the Adriatic Sea, forming a rare example of a natural delta. This natural delta has molded a rich and varied landscape and has given rise to a stunning diversity of plant and animal life. A remarkable feature of the Buna Bojana River is its role as a migrating corridor for fish and birds. Its surrounding area is part of one of the 3 north-south migration roads of European birds. In Ulcin-Saltern, food is abundant, providing one of the most important resting, breeding, and refueling areas for migratory birds on the eastern Adriatic coast. Just a few kilometers upstream, we find a nesting paradise for spoonbills, herons, cormorants, and other captivating species. Paratok Island. This is the end of the Drin's journey. And yet, It is a never-ending journey, along the course of which life and abundance bind together the river's extraordinary elements in harmony and balance.